Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. Hold on. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. We got probably 3 videos coming today. Probably 3. You know, we got the Sunday sermon. I want to talk about women in general, and I'm kind of gonna single out black women on this. Hey man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, but on this one, I want to talk about what they call horoscope signs and how the characteristics be true. And I got the idea from this video. Somebody sent me a clip that a guy made about dating Libras, because I guess he must have dated a Libra female, which there's similarities, but you know, not all the way. But I don't, y'all need to understand that a lot of this stuff be accurate in terms of the characteristics. Like the daily stuff, I wouldn't read that because that gets a little more sinister, and it don't apply to everybody. But the characteristics, they mostly apply, like the light characteristics and what I call the dark characteristics. Y'all gotta understand that I be watching other Libras, how they think, how they act. People such as Coach Greg Adams, he's a Libra. People such as Will Smith, NBA Youngboy, a lot of people. And even a guy who I'm gonna play a video chat that he sent me that thinks very similar, and I'm more acquainted with him. We're gonna call him AE. I've been trying to tell him to get his own channel. We're gonna call him AE though till we figure out what he want to call himself. But I'm telling you, man, if he come on in the manosphere, he gonna be better than the majority of them out the rip. Cause you talking about somebody that's in the field, and like I tell y'all, the field, you could learn from the field and not even be in the field. Just like, for instance, Jason Black from The Business, man, he be on point and he ain't never been married. Every now and then you have those exceptions and those exceptional people that are great observants. So they'll know and you can learn from them. It's a couple of them on YouTube. But I want to talk about Libras and how some of y'all, you know, y'all don't realize that we the easiest group of the zodiac groups to deal with, but y'all always do the things we hate the most at work, at home, so on and so forth. So, and speaking of AE, just send me a message. I'm gonna read it after I'm done with this. But y'all don't realize we the easiest people to, you know, like I said, politicians should be required to be Libras. And as long as they stay in the light, like alert, the decisions will be more fair and balanced. Because one of our dark traits is we can be very indecisive. When we ain't thinking straight, we indecisive. When we are, we more decisive. So I'm gonna make this video for people that you might be dealing with a Libra. And oh man, don't let him be a Libra alpha male. You trying to break up? You must be trying to break up. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna give you the ways you can get along with a Libra, the ways you can get far with Libras, and understanding Libras. So, let's begin. Loyalty goes far with Libras. If you cheat on a Libra, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna leave you alone. Or when you double cross a Libra, it's gonna be nearly impossible for you to get back on their good side because they not going to trust you. Because Libras, they give people the benefit of the doubt. Let me say that again. Libras give people the benefit of the doubt. Mike Singletary is a Libra. Mike Singletary got himself fired after the selfish acts of Vernon Davis, and he blew up and sent him to the showers. And then he went off in the interview. He said, I need winners. I want people who want to win. And it's like that was hitting me because I think the same way. When you Libras, when they're around people that don't care, it drives them nuts. If they had a job with people who don't care, it drives them nuts. And one of the main things that'll drive a Libra nuts is favoritism. Another thing is if you try to micromanage a Libra, 9 times out of 10, you're going to either have to fire them or they're going to quit because they ain't going to want to deal with you. A Libra would rather quit than deal with some mess on a regular basis. And it's like, we the least disgruntled because we don't allow ourselves to get too disgruntled. We'll remove ourselves. And people say, oh, well, such and such is compatible with Libras. If you look at the signs that's compatible with Libras, like Gemini, for instance, a lot of Libras and Geminis end up divorced because they be trying to operate on the dark side instead of the light side. When a Gemini is on the light side, they understand a Libra because we have the balance, the two scales. They have the two heads to think, the twins. But when they start doing the two-faced stuff, that's where the problems come in. You know, because a Gemini understand a Libra, but on the dark side, they'll play both sides. Like they'll try to govern and rule over a Libra. It ain't happening. I know somebody that she's a Gemini, her husband is a Libra, and they get along great because, and they've been together for, I used to work with the person, they've been together for nearly 30 years, but with Gemini and Libra, that stuff don't matter. What matters is you stay on your light side. Then you compatible. Because Libra's gonna be more diplomatic. Libra's gonna be more what's best. Let's go for what's best. So sometimes you might see a little failure in the life of a Libra because they trying to get the what's the word for it? The ambience. They trying to get the luxury. Like Libras love luxury. Libras love being outside. You know. Like, for instance, a Libra, when they can't sleep, and this is me too, when they can't sleep, they can fall asleep from rain, just hearing rain, because rain keeps them from being outside. So in the soul of a Libra, rain is boring. So it puts them to sleep. So if you're a Libra and you can't sleep, go on YouTube, listen to the rain sounds, listen to water, which is another thing. Libras like being around the water because the water is peace. To a Libra, peace is number one. Having peace. Not well, you can't tell no Libra just working out if he don't have peace or if she don't have peace. See, we different. So if you want to get along with a Libra, be loyal and be peaceful. Don't be contentious with a Libra, especially if they know you can't whoop them. That's gonna be you accent. You're gonna be broke up. You're gonna be broke up. You ain't gonna have no relationship. You cannot cheat on a Libra unless it's Will Smith. See, Will Smith is operating in the dark. If he was in the light, he would have left Jada. he would have left. So balance is important. That's why Libras like being around water. And any Libras you know that they either like to fish, or they like to even just skip rocks in the water. Like if you got a young Libra, like a kid, take him by the lake. He getting in trouble in school, take him to the lake. And don't go to no hood park, because he ain't gonna want to go there no more. Go to a serene, a peaceful park. Take him to the lake. You dealing with a young Libra, take him to the lake. Be loyal. When they come to you, they get in trouble at school, hear them out. Because it could be a lot of time Libras get in trouble because we'll rebel and buck against mess. The Libra has to learn how to control what we say, because when we start feeling some kind of way negatively, we'll try to hold it in. We do try. The female Libras is more to holding it in. Most of the male Libras, they not going to be able to hold it in. Whether it's me, whether it's my guy AE, whether it's Mike Singletary, whether it's Coach Greg Adams, whoever it is, we get in trouble because we live in a world that don't like to hear the truth. Libras love the truth, no matter what it is. You deal in truth, a Libra gonna look at you as a friend. If you politically correct, you're not gonna get along with us. They're gonna be looking at you like, man, that dude dumb. What's better? What's the best? What's right? We provide the balance in the world. We operating, something on my lip. We operating in the intuitions and the characteristics that the Most High gave us. We provide balance. Libras do not like loudmouths. You're not gonna scare a Libra. If a Libra can't fight, they'll shoot you. I'm telling you, I know Libras that's not fighters. A guy I used to deal with, he used to come into detention. Me and him, we had rapport. He was a young Libra. And I saw the characteristics coming out, even though he kept getting in trouble. Because remember, Libras can be impulsive and make bad decisions trying to make things right. So if a Libra is poor, somebody needs to be there to tell them, hey man, you just do this. If it's the truth and they hit them, you hit them right with the truth, you can steer them away from trouble. But this particular young Libra, the staff was talking about me behind my back. Did they think he wasn't going to come tell me? He told me word for word. And one thing about him is I knew what he said when he wasn't lying. Like the kids in Milwaukee, they'll put it on certain stuff when they not going to lie. Like this one kid, people thought it was funny, but he wanted a shower. He kept attacking kids. So I told him, put it on your block, such and such. You ain't going to try to fight. When he put it on his block, I let him right out. All the kids was out there. He didn't even look at him. He went right in the shower, did his thing, went back to his room. Because I knew he ain't lie on his block, ever. I said, man, what block was it? Was it 28th and Clark or something? It was something like that. I said, man, put it on your block. You ain't going to do nothing when you come out here. He said, on my hood, on such and such, I ain't going to touch none of them, dude. I got right out of his way. Let him go right in there. He never lied even once on this block. They was laughing. The other kids was laughing because they heard me. I said, man, put it on such and such. You ain't gonna. Man, on my hood, on such and such, I ain't gonna. I got right out of his way like a bullfighter. Because I knew I had been dealing with him since he was 13. He was like 17. I knew that one thing he didn't lie about. He didn't lie on his hood, on the block he grew up on. And see, that's what correctional officers need to learn. You need to learn that, and that's the thing about Libras. Libras know the people around them. They know, like, you'll give off a vibe. Like, you'll be trying to pretend like you cool with a Libra, and if they in the light, they gonna get a vibe from you. Like, man, this dude fake. And that's how it used to always be like in corrections. I knew who I was cool with because they gave off a peaceful vibe. I knew the ones that was talking behind my back trying to fool me because when they came around, the vibe was different. But Libras do not like loudmouths. They don't like people they don't like cocky dudes. They don't like people who just want all attention. They don't like clout chasers. Libras. So, and then some of the ones that's compatible with us, when they, like for instance, Gemini, when they start acting two-faced, or Scorpios be trying to sting Libras. And like some Scorpios might be similar to us. Like if they was born within a certain period of days between the Libra time, which is September 23rd to October 23rd. No, so if they was born on like October 28th, I got several friends that were Scorpios, but it's like we was thinking alike when we was out there kicking it. Like I got one guy I used to hang around that, you know, we end up losing touch because we supposed to go to the Navy together. And at the end, I got cold feet. And he ended up going and making a good career for himself. But me and him was friends since we was little because, like, we just understood each other. And just like one of my friends that was murdered, same thing with him. Like he was right on the Libra cusp. But he was a Scorpio. And on his dark side, he kept messing with girls that I had dealt with first. So when we used to go out back in the day, one of my guys would be like, man, who you want to roll? Because it's me, him, and then everybody wanted to kick it with us because they knew what we was going to be doing. But my guy that I'm telling you about, he used to get mad and he compared us to Eazy-E. Remember the Eazy-E video? Mr. Buster, when he'd be like, what up, daddy? He was making jokes because we never picked him. Because he liked going behind your back to girl, even though when it came to other stuff, because sometimes them Scorpios be trying to sting Libras. Like they'll diss them, like they'll say stuff. Because you know, Scorpio, well, we ain't going to get into Scorpios, but Scorpios like to talk behind people's back. And they like to insult people. And I know you can't tell me I'm wrong. I know about this stuff. I know plenty Scorpio. My father was a Scorpio. They love to insult people. They'll talk behind your back. They're going to sting you somehow. They're going to find a way to sting. So Libras do not like loudmouths. They don't like people. And you front off a Libra, and I'm going to show you something about my guy that got killed. He was on the Libra cusp. One thing about him, do not front him off in front of his friends. Because his thing was he wanted to be the guy that always had your back. So he didn't like looking weak, which is another Scorpio trait. So he was the type of guy that what happened with him, what led to his death, is he got into it with his girl. And remember, Scorpios like to sting you. Be careful with Scorpios. Like, that's another sign that you don't really want to cross. A Scorpio will poison you because they sting. So his girlfriend, he had previously, I think this is the same girl, he went to prison because he burned her house down. But then what happened before he left, my other guy that I mentioned to you, he's a Scorpio too. He was in the car with another one of our friends that's a Capricorn. And, you know, Capricorns, me personally, I get along with them until those traits, those dark traits. A Capricorn tries to be the leader when they not really leaders. A Capricorn is more, they want you to do what they want you to do. Like conversation with a Capricorn, they not the best listeners. They'll listen, but they not the best out of the groups. So our other guy is a Capricorn. They in the car. His girl and her brother throwing, from what they tell me, throwing his clothes out. He gets mad and shoots both of them up. He thought they was dead, so he ended up locking himself in the house. And, you know, they had the interrogators calling him and stuff. He wouldn't come out. He just, because he thought they was dead, he didn't want to go back to prison. And it led to his death. The police deny it, but the police didn't like him because he had several run-ins with him. One time he was being resistant. He kept picking him up. That was his move. He got it from, remember the Outsiders, Dally? When they was rumbling, how Dally picked the dude up. When he saw that, he started using that move ever since. That was his move. When he fight, he gonna try to pick you up by the legs and dump you on the ground. Me and him used to joke around. I used to tell him, you already know that move ain't gonna work on me. Because when I was skinny, people used to try to do me like that. And one time I was wrestling with one of my friends and he just kept, like, that was his move too. He was strong. He kept dipping me on the ground. And after that, I learned how to stop that move. And everybody that tried after that just didn't work out. Like when I fought my college roommate, he tried to dip me on the ground. Another Scorpio. See what I'm telling you? All he did was insult people, talk behind people's back. I know what I'm talking about. He was a Scorpio. I remember his birthday was in November. So, front people off. That's why I got him. He thought he was gonna pick me up. Didn't work. It just ended up causing him to catch a couple more blows. So, Libras love the outdoors. We don't like loudmouths. We don't like mess. And we don't like favoritism. Favoritism is the thing we hate the most. We don't like if you in a relationship with a Libra and you be flirting, oh man, you in the danger zone. You think you gonna just be talking in dude's face and you go with a Libra. They'll never forget it. See, this is what I mean by people just don't know how to deal with us. I'm gonna show you just how you get along with a Libra. Be loyal, hear them out, be faithful, give them something that they like. Don't try to rule over them, especially an Alpha Libra. Be more quiet when you need to be quiet. Be a good listener. You'll get along with Libras. Don't let them find out. Don't talk behind their back. On our dark side, a Libra can be disloyal. On our dark side, a Libra can be indecisive. On our dark side, a Libra can fail trying to fulfill his dreams. You dealing with a Libra, you just gotta just follow them. If you're a woman, you got a man that's a Libra, just have his back. Be supportive. Help him. If you're not helping him, he gonna start looking at you different. If you got all these demands, but you're not helping him, that to a Libra, that's mess. Just like at work, you can't micromanage Libras. They not gonna go for it. Either y'all gonna get into it, or they gonna quit. Or they gonna, if they don't want to quit, let me show you something. Libras make the best lawyers. You do not want to challenge Libras in court. I'm telling you, they gonna find a way, because this Libras love research. A Libra could not even know how to read. He'll learn how to read just enough to prove a point. I'm telling you, man, listen when I tell you. I remember I had, on my pod, I had a line full of Libras. They was in, what room is that next to the shower? The room next to the shower, which is P on most pods. M, N, all Libras going down the line. When I used to do my checks, I used to have to be like, hold on, man, hold on. Because it was always conversation. It was always some sinister going on that they wanted to tell me. Because they ain't want that mess. Like, man, I ain't trying to lock in tonight, man, such and such. And then, like, on the pod when stuff going on, the Libra would be like, man, just... So... If you wrong with a Libra, apologize. But don't wait too late. Because if you wait too late to apologize to a Libra, they're not going to accept it. They're going to think you just you after something. You wrong with a Libra, apologize immediately. I'm telling you. If a Libra in dating, if a Libra says, what do you bring to the table? Do not say, I am the table. They ain't gonna like you. You say, I am the table with a Libra? Come on now. We ain't Will Smith. Y'all see how many kids NBA Youngboy got? Those is breakups. And I'm not trying to, like, he's one of us. Just put it that way. In his light mind, he sees some disloyalty. I'm telling you, these characteristics are similar. Ain't Nick Cannon a Libra? Let me see. I bet you Nick Cannon is a Libra. That's why he made that video, I Can't Breathe. Watch this. Wait, hold on. Man, my phone ain't on. I ain't even got to look at it. I bet you Nick Cannon is a Libra. Just looking at some of the stuff he does, I believe, I could be wrong. Either he's a Libra or he's on the cup. Snoop Dogg is a Libra. What did Snoop Dogg do? He went and bought Death Row. All this mess with Tupac, this, that. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to buy Death Row. Wait, my phone trying to come on. We finna see. I'm going to wait. Let me see. I'm going to talk about this for a few more minutes. But we'll talk until it come on. I guarantee you Nick Cannon is probably a Libra. Who else? Brett Favre is a Libra. Brett Favre was Reggie White and what's his name? Wayne Simmons were fighting in the locker room. Brett Favre is a Hall of Fame, All-Star, Pro Bowl quarterback. Tried to get in between them. and got pushed out the way. Again, Libras can be impulsive too. Libras like to feel good. Don't ever deny sex from no Libra. You trying to break up? And this is why you got to get prenups. Because women will watch something like this and try to get in good with a Libra. And then they'll go to the dark stuff that we hate. So no Libra should be without a prenup, definitely. Because Libras will move on you. So, wait, hold on. My guess is that Nick Cannon is a Libra. Why? Because polygyny is something that the world doesn't accept. But the truth is that God accepts it. So sometimes Libras will do things as a way to defy the status quo. And just because they celebrities don't mean they won't have none of the characteristics. People be like, yeah, but he Illuminati though. Let's see. Let's see where his birthday is. Bam! October 8th. I told you. I could guess sometimes. You ain't gonna tell Nick Cannon that he gotta stick to one woman? If he knows that he don't? See, that's another thing. Don't ever tell a Libra something that's not true and he knows what the truth is. Because we love the truth. We love the truth. It'll be something, a Libra be like, okay, well, that person was in the wrong, but I need to make this money. So they'll try to ignore something that's going on, but then they'll be throwing shots at it. Because they real thoughts is this, but they need to stay business. Because Libras like luxury. Libras like exotic cars. They want to live in a mansion. And sometimes we come up a little short trying to get there. So if you have a Libra, and he's going to be ambitious. He's going to be ambitious. Libras end up being that baller on the block. What happens, like from a perverted, from a dirty, from the dark side, is if a Libra start hustling on the block, he probably gonna take over the block because the people, he gonna be fair. That's another thing. The main thing with a Libra is to be fair. Don't ever tell a Libra there's something that's they fault that's not. Don't do that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You got to see both sides. You can't get in your feelings. Like, if your feelings is a falsehood, keep them to yourself with Libras. I'm telling you. They might still can vibe you. But if your feelings is something that's just not the truth, it's not going to be good. So that's all I'm going to say on this. If y'all want me to talk about this a little more, I know about all the signs, man. So if you want to hear about a particular one, maybe you dealing with a Libra. You leave it in the comments, like leave your questions and stuff in the comments. And we'll come back to this. But anyway, thanks for watching. We got 2 more videos that I'm going to make. I got to make a couple stops. Give me some breakfast. We're going to knock both of these videos out real quick, so stay tuned.